Culinary tricks taught in cooking courses. These clever peeling hacks save me a lot of time and stress. Take an orange and cut off both ends. Then, make a single cut in the peel and lay the fruit flat. This creates orange wedges that are easy to remove from the peel without having to peel the whole fruit. Mushrooms appear in many recipes. Before frying or cooking them, they often need to be sliced. To do this quickly like a chef, remove the stems first. Then stack the caps on top of each other. A long skewer will also be useful. Insert it through the mushrooms and slice them with a knife. This trick makes cutting a whole pack of mushrooms 3 times faster. Celery is a healthy and delicious ingredient. Few people know there's a quick way to get rid of its stringy parts. To do this, grab the celery by both ends and bend it. The tougher end will naturally break at the right spot. Then, lift it upwards and pull it towards the other end of the vegetable. Like magic, the stringy parts will come right off. Many people avoid buying pomelo due to the difficulty of peeling it. The thick membranes inside can be annoying and hard to separate. There's a clever trick for this. Simply slice the fruit, including the skin, into slices about 3 centimeters thick. Then, cut the slices in half. Using your hands, separate the juicy parts of the fruit. They come off easily without sticking to the white membrane. Let us know which city you're watching from. Every avocado lover should know this trick. If you've ever cut yourself while peeling or removing the pit, this method will save you a lot of hassle. Cut the avocado in half, then put the knife down. The pit can be removed in a less invasive way. Just press on the other side of the avocado, right where the pit is, and push it out from the green flesh without damaging it. You can remove the skin in 2 ways. The first requires a knife. Lay the avocado half flat and cut it in half again. Then, grab the end of the skin and peel it off the green part. It should come off easily. The second method works better for very ripe avocados. Hold one half in one hand, and with the other, use a large spoon to scoop the flesh out of the skin. Peeling kiwi isn't the easiest task, but there's a simple trick for it. Just cut off both ends of the kiwi. Then, using a metal spoon, slip it between the skin and the fruit. Rotate the spoon all around until the fruit pops out of the skin. Done. Mango can be a nightmare for chefs, all because of its hard-to-remove pit. Start by making vertical cuts down the mango, making sure the knife reaches the pit. Then, pull off the quarters. To remove the skin, you'll need a glass. Press the edge of a mango quarter against the rim of the glass, as close to the skin as possible. With a steady motion, press down, and the glass will separate the skin from the flesh in seconds. I don't peel garlic anymore. It's a waste of time and energy. All you need is a simple jar. Lightly crush the garlic head, toss it into the jar, and shake it vigorously so the garlic cloves hit the sides. After a few seconds, open the jar, and voila, the cloves have peeled themselves. I also don't use a knife to shred white cabbage. It's time-consuming, and the pieces are always too thick. Instead, I grab a piece of cabbage and use a regular vegetable peeler. Quick strokes along the edge will shave the cabbage into perfectly thin pieces. It's much faster than using a knife. Did you know about this trick? Freeze lemons and grate them to discover their amazing properties. How do you use lemons? Perhaps, like most people, just for garnishing dishes or adding a slice to your tea? Or maybe you squeeze the juice and mix it with water? If you think drinking lemon juice is enough, you're mistaken. Lemons have so much more to offer. Few people use them to their full potential. It's time to change that. Freezing lemons will provide extra benefits. A frozen lemon retains all its properties and more. To freeze a lemon, first wash it. Fill a bowl with water and add apple cider vinegar. The vinegar will remove toxins from the lemon. Wash the lemons, then dry them. You can let them air dry for a few hours, then place them in the freezer. The next day, remove them and grate them with the peel. Lemon peel boosts the immune system, fights inflammation, cleanses the kidneys, detoxifies the liver, regulates blood pressure, eases depression symptoms, helps fight cancer, and prevents asthma. Instead of just drinking lemon juice, try making smoothies with the whole lemon, including the peel. Grate the entire lemon seeds and all, and transfer it to a jar. Seal it and store it in the freezer. This is the best way to keep it. Use it as an addition to cocktails, desserts, breakfast cereals, or meals. It's excellent for strengthening, cleansing, and detoxifying your body. This trick is as old as the first stockings. You just need to take an onion and put it into the stocking, tie a knot, and add the next onions one by one. Separate each with a knot. Now hang them up in your kitchen and cut off only the onion you want to use. Onions tend to rot and contaminate other vegetables. Storing them this way prevents that problem. Use tape to keep tomatoes fresh for longer. Tape protects them from spoiling. The spot where the tomato was separated from the stem is more vulnerable to bacteria and moisture, which can speed up the rotting process. By covering this spot with tape, you create a barrier that keeps harmful elements out and extends the freshness of the tomato. Place a piece of celery in the bag with your toast bread, and you'll notice and taste the difference. Toast bread spoils quickly after opening, but if you add a bit of celery, you'll save the whole loaf. Celery releases moisture that prevents the bread from drying out and protects it from mold. Potatoes and apples are a great combination. You just need to place 2 large apples in the basket with your potatoes and cover them with a kitchen towel. The gas released by the apples prevents the potatoes from sprouting. With this method, your potatoes will stay fresh and good for longer. Winter cucumber salad, miseria, is one of the many ways to preserve ground cucumbers when they are at their best, healthiest, and cheapest. For 1.5 kilograms of small to medium-sized ground cucumbers, I used 3 jars, each with a capacity of about 500 milliliters. Start by washing the cucumbers. Then peel each cucumber. Once peeled, slice them into thin rounds and transfer them to a glass bowl. Chop some dill, which is the perfect addition to miseria, and add it to the cucumbers. Next, sprinkle 1 tablespoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of sugar over the cucumbers. Let them sit for an hour. After that, transfer the cucumbers to jars. Do not discard the liquid that forms. Instead, pour it into the jars with the cucumbers. You don't need to fill the jars to the brim because the cucumbers will continue to release water. Seal the jars. To store the miseria jars in a cellar, you need to briefly pasteurize them. Place a cotton cloth or a new muslin diaper at the bottom of a wide pot. Arrange the jars next to each other, making sure they don't touch. Fill the pot with water until it reaches just over halfway up the jars. Set the burner to medium heat and bring the water to a boil. Reduce the heat to low and pasteurize the jars for about 10 minutes. Store the jars in a cool, dark place. With these cucumbers, you'll have delicious miseria all year round.